Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you for the card. Oh, and the 4-leaf clover and
Oh, that's
ladybugs.
nice.
Lucky ladybugs. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
Oh,
Linda, the flowers are beautiful.
and the
Thank
balloon,
you.
oh, the
Oh, the
unicorn.
nice, beautiful bloom.
Yeah.
And the unicorn is so, oh, there goes Lois.
It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. Happy
We love
birthday,
you.
Tammy. We love you.
Love you too. Happy Fun Friday.
Happy Fun Friday, but happy birthday, happy
Yes.
Earth Day, happy solar return.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
here comes Heather. Heather's coming on now. Great.
Special guest.
Yes.
She's going to be in the throne today across the street, huh?
Hello.
There she
Happy
is.
birthday.
Hi.
Hey, Heather.
Hey, Heather.
Oh, thank you, Lois. Very sweet.
This is very nice.
Yes.
So, so today we're celebrating Fun Friday and Tammy's birthday. And the question is, what's your question, Tammy?
I don't remember the wording, but like a show and tell. So Lee, you inspired me because that was going to be probably my question because I love summer and I love holidays and vacations so much in the summer. So on that note, I thought, what was one of your favorite souvenirs or treasures that you brought back from either a trip or a holiday, vacation, a travel? And we can show it and tell what it means to you and why.
Show and tell.
Yeah, I love this.
Who wants to begin? Go
All right, I'll go.
ahead, Lois. Oh, look at that.
Oh, Statue of Liberty.
So when my mom and my sister, which way is it going? This way.
Other way.
Yeah, that's the right way.
Perfect.
So when my mom and my sister were visiting, my nephew was, he was maybe 10 at the time. He's 41 now. We went to the Statue of Liberty and we had a wonderful day in Manhattan walking around. I think we walked and ate pizza in the village and knishes on the street and hot dogs from the hot dog vendor, or, you know, all the different things that you do in the city. So it was a really fun time when they were here visiting. And I have my crown from the Statue of Liberty.
Wow.
Ah, that's great. That's great.
So that's about 40. No. How old is it now? He's
About
How-
31 years ago.
wow.
Wow.
31. That's great.
That's amazing.
That is
Hey,
amazing.
Edie, it's good to see you.
Were you able to go up into the crown at that time?
You were, but I didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
So, who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Go ahead, Linda.
It was hard to think about because I really, it's more of pictures and experiences than bringing things back. I mean, I used to bring back lots of souvenirs, but I just don't anymore. But I do have some things. Well, when I was on the cruise, they gave us a beautiful journal. I was only on my computer, but my computer is just with
Pretty.
all the different it was in the next year's gonna be the 20th anniversary. This was the 19th anniversary, with all the different pictures of the musicians and stories about them and everything. So I thought that was really nice that they did that, very nicely laid out. It's a nice keepsake. And then they had all the schedule of everything that was going on the ship. And I really wanted to keep these because these were the updated ones. but my steward happened to throw some of them away, and I still don't know why he did that. It was on the table in the corner. So that upset me a bit. So I guess this was something meaningful because I wanted to keep track of what we did every day, updated from what they did in the book. And then my laminate when I became a VIP this year for my birthday
Oh,
at the
that's
at,
awesome.
at the getaway, and Brian signed it for me. I wasn't gonna have him sign it first, so I liked the way it looked, the 10th anniversary, the hologram and everything. But I said, no, have him sign it. So that would be nice. So he signed it for me. So that was good. And then I normally don't get t-shirts because they're so expensive. I don't know why. They really are. I mean, he charges so much, but I splurged and I got this one.
Oh, cute.
This is the 10th anniversary one with the I was gonna put it on, but it's easier to show it
Yeah.
with the rhinestones. It was very nice. It's nice navy blue and it looks great with jeans. This was for my wine event, my wine convention last year, Harvest. What's
Oh.
special about it is because I'm a 1-star leader, and I had about 1,000 event. I had a $1,000 event achiever, so I won. I think my tasting was about $1,400 that I did last year.
Wow.
One of my biggest, which was awesome. And then just wine guide life, that's a little ribbon. So it's just a start. I don't have the ribbons like all the way down like everyone else does, the the leaders and everything, but it's getting there. And even if it doesn't, I'm just happy because it really meant a lot for me to get all these ribbons this last year. So that was special. And oh yeah, and I think, oh yes, this is my this was our key for the cruise. We used it for buying things, for purchasing anything on the boat and everything. And then the other one, I'll have to send it because it's on my phone. It was in, God, it was 2000 and it was in the 2000s. I was in New Orleans with my girlfriend and I and Melaine. And then we were walking along the street. It was nighttime, and this man was following us. And we got nervous. We're like, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?" And I still don't know what happened, but somehow the cops came. And I remember looking back and seeing there was a church in the back, there was a church behind us, and a small statue of Jesus, the St. James Church. That I learned about it when I did some research. And the shadow was about 30 feet tall.
Wow.
It was amazing. So you see this little white statue, small, but this huge shadow of Jesus. And I
wow.
actually found it. I had a picture, a photographer. I bought a little postcard with that same image. I remember when I looked back, it was almost like, okay, things are going on around you, but Jesus, God is always watching out. He's looking
Oh,
out for us. And I was just sitting on Wednesday, I went to my GYN and I was in the little gazebo by the waterfall by the park, thinking about this. And it's just dawned upon me. And I was thinking about something to use, the show for today. I said, well, that was always, I don't know. I hope I still have the card somewhere, probably in storage. But I Googled it. I said, image of large shadow of Jesus from a church in New Orleans. And I found it.
Wow.
And the picture has a moon, the full moon behind it too. So it's nice. So I'll send it to everybody. It's beautiful. So again, it was like, wow. So this is something that people have taken pictures of, and it's very powerful. So that kind of stuck with me. That was a beautiful memory that, always stayed with me. And this is like in the early 2000s, we went there once. So that was great. And other posters and everything I've gotten from different festivals and everything that mean a lot to me. The biggest one I have is in storage. That's from the getaway. That's from the first, the second, the third, the first 2013, the first getaway I went to, the second one he had, second anniversary one. And it's massive, it's huge. I mean, it's so big. And I just love it. It's my favorite, and a lot of the artists signed it for me. So I would probably have to say that's also one of my favorites. My favorite that I got back from it. Framed it, and the gentleman who framed it for me, he said, "Do you want to sell it?" And I said, "No, this is priceless. I'm not selling it," because he saw the signatures on it. I said, "Oh, no. This is mine. I'm keeping this. This is for me. This is for me."
Antiques Roadshow is in your future, Linda.
Antiques Roadshow, yes. I like that. That would be fun. Hi, Sue.
Hi, everybody.
Good to see you.
Great to see all of you.
Oh, there goes Ann Beth. I have to scroll
Amazing.
down on my phone to see everyone. And Dee's here too. Wow, everybody's here. So yes,
Everybody's here.
Oh,
The band
that's
is
my share.
here. So
That's
nice.
my share. So thank you and happy birthday, Tammy.
Oh,
Happy birthday. All the best for you and
Thank
all
you.
the
Thank you.
best. We love you so much.
Thank you, Linda. Love you too. And those
Mm.
are great mementos. And I love that with the statue. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing that you got to
Mhm.
witness that in person.
Yes, I did.
Mm.
I did. Mhm.
So, who would like to go next? If there's, oh, Miss Rita, show and tell. This is so much fun.
Happy birthday. We love you so much. Favorite memory for me would be 2 years ago, we went to Yellowstone National Park. And outside of Yellowstone National Park, it was one of these tiny towns, and there was an old woman selling crystals. And
Oh,
I
wow.
picked up this
No way.
gorgeous specimen of malachite, and green is one of my favorite colors. And it reminded me of you, Tammy, because of your open heart. And
Oh,
malachite is known as a stone of transformation. So I'm wishing you a year filled with lots of transformation and healing. I love you.
Oh, thank you so
Beautiful.
much. That's beautiful. Yes. Thank you. I accept that.
Ooh,
With all my heart. Thank you. I love you.
it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. Beautiful.
oh, that's beautiful, beautiful stone. I
You'll
love
find a nice
color.
spot for that in your new home.
Yes. Who would like to go
That's
next?
beautiful. I'll go next.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Tammy. I'm wearing a firework on my head for your
Oh,
4th of
thank you.
July. 'Cause you are well, you're more of like a firecracker. You're definitely a firecracker lady. Well, born around the 4th of July, but you're always like wanting to have that burst of fun, laughing. And I love your questions. So, I mean, being the summer baby. So, I have a few also, and some of them I didn't know, like sort of kitschy souvenirs, right? I have a couple kitschy and then some other objects that I would find when I'm traveling. So the first two are, the first one I'm going to show, I did speak of in a Bell's a while back, and this was from 1992, I think. But I actually stole from a king and I gave money to a queen. So here it is, my Elvis shot glass
Oh,
from Graceland.
Oh, yeah, I remember that on the motorcycle, or your car got broken into. Or whatever.
Yeah, but
right.
so this was, I was, in the early 90s, and I actually stole
Love
it,
it.
which I can't tell you what inspired me from the gift shop at Graceland, but I stole from a king. And I didn't know, I was looking for it long ago when we were talking about it. At first I didn't find, like, oh my gosh, don't tell me I lost it, but I have it here. And then here's I gave money to a queen. It's a tea towel, God save the queen,
That's great.
that I bought when we were in London a couple of years ago. We took my mom in 2018 to London to see this amazing play. And then, I would buy little souvenirs that I brought for Jeff. And this is from, I think it's from Westminster Abbey. But I just thought it was, now it's worth a lot since there's no more queen, right? Except
Right.
there's a bit of there's some stains on it. So now I'm sure the value went down. But I use it. I don't put it in, it's not hanging up on my wall. It's actually being used.
Good for
So the other thing is that whenever I travel, I love to buy artwork, from, you see the artists on the street selling. I mean, I bought artwork in Prague and Italy, or in Florence, in Germany, and 3 different or 4 different places in Mexico. And I usually, try and get something that's small and lightweight, because I think about traveling. And I'm not going to show you all my pieces, but here's one of my favorite, well, they're all my favorites, that I bought on this little island in Mexico called Isla Holbox. And it's a portrait of a raccoon,
oh, it's beautiful.
mapache. And so the story is that this is an island that you can only get to by ferry, but there's raccoons on the island. So obviously they got onto a boat at one point and came over to the island.
Wow.
And the first time we went there, Jeff and I stayed at these cabañas called Los Mapaches, which means the raccoons. And I'm like, And we were having, we have raccoons in Brooklyn, which we were, dealing with on our backyard and deck. And we're like, wow, raccoons here on this island in Mexico. We didn't see any that year. Then we went back the next year, stayed in the same place. And then we started to see a few raccoons. And then every time we went back, we always saw the raccoons right around the same area. They lived around this cabana and this other across the little street. And there's an animal sanctuary on the island. So they're dealing with other animals. There's also a lot of cats that they have to keep under, the stray cats that they have to fix. But we were there during Carnival, which is great. So they have a festival, and there was a woman with a booth selling these little paintings of sort of pet portraits of animals in the sanctuary. And this to me is almost like, my pet raccoon. It is so adorable. And so I bought it. And so it also money went to their sanctuary, was benefiting their sanctuary. And so I just love the green too, right? It's just like this stunning little picture of the cutest raccoon ever, right, Heather? we love raccoons. And then just some other objects that I bought years ago also was on that a trip in the early 90s to Prague. I went into like an antique store and I bought this letter opener. It's going to be it's a little hard to see, but it has this beautiful etching.
Oh, yeah, gorgeous.
Of the, the buildings that are in Prague with a full moon, or like a moon on top of it. It's like a cathedral. I know it's a little hard to see, but I don't know why I was so in love with this letter opener. And then I also in Amsterdam found this really great old camera called an Agfa Clack. And I actually, and there's still film made for it. So I've actually used it to take pictures. And I just love the name of it, the Clack. I have a camera collection. And so I found this, I actually got a camera in Prague too, but the Agfa Clack. So yeah, I usually, find either artwork or little objects. And then my other kitschy souvenirs from the king and queen.
Oh,
Absolutely fabulous.
that was a great show and tell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the raccoon is much more adorable in person.
Yeah, raccoons aren't too lucky around my house.
No.
They go after the birds, so they meet an early demise, unfortunately. Hate to say it, but
They go after the birds. That's unusual.
no, they try to get into the mews. So, and we have pigeons too, and they've eaten them. I mean, it's just what they do, but
Right.
so we trap them, and I always thought they should be taken somewhere else, but
I didn't know they generally aren't meat eaters. I thought that they were more berries and other. I mean, of course, in Brooklyn they eat pizza and whatever they find, but which is really weird, right?
They're
You
very
see-
good at going
Garbage.
through the trash.
Yeah,
yeah.
trash pandas.
Yeah.
Well, they have those hands, the little hands.
Yeah.
They love cat food also. I used to have it out on my deck for the ferals, and they're just eating the little food, looking up at me.
Pinkies up.
Pinkies up.
They like attics too. Attics like the
Yes,
top of
they
the
do.
house.
Yes.
One did $18,000 worth of damage to my mom's roof.
Oh
So,
my God.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
so they're, they're dangerous.
Destructive.
Yeah, they broke
Anyway,
into my
yeah,
friend
so next-
Aviva's house recently. And they even they're so dexterous, they even managed to open up pill bottles and things like that.
wow.
So who knows what they were doing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was crazy. The house was a wreck. They had to hire professional cleaners to come in because they also leave a lovely scent.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
There's a video online, this compilation of raccoon, that people have posted. And there's one that went through a little pet door and then is pulling a little oriental rug out the door. And it's like so hysterical, right? They're just like taking things right out,
moving day.
but they're destructive. Yeah.
Yeah, they
They
are.
can be.
And Beth said she'd like to go.
If I may. Happy birthday, Tammy.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you.
Good question. And I've traveled so much. I really seriously thought about it last night, and I have two that I'll share. One not visually because it's still in storage. But my grandfather, one of his very dear friends, was an archaeologist in Egypt. And I was traveling there, and my grandfather said to me, I had arranged to meet with him. So my grandfather said, find the largest bottle of amaretto. Because it's a no-no, it's a big no-no. So I got the biggest bottle of amaretto I could find, stuffed it in my suitcase, and when I gave it to him, I don't remember what, I certainly didn't give it to him in public. Maybe he came to my room, I don't remember. But my grandfather said he will be out of his mind happy. And he was the most, you would not believe this human being. This is probably one of the best things of traveling is the collection of friends and acquaintances that I've made. And he and my grandfather were very much alike because they appeared to be very simple people. And you had no idea what was behind that. They were brilliant. They were kind. They were funny. And so knowing he loved sweets, I took him out for dessert. And he ordered like 4 desserts in the hotel. It was just so fun. He was such a lovely man. So I had traveled there several times. And one time, maybe the second time or the first time, he gave me, if you're familiar with papyrus that people bring back from the Middle East, Egypt and whatnot, they're papyrus that are hand painted with various scenes. Well, this was, and I think he made it himself. From what I can remember, it's fabric on wood or cardboard or something like navy or black. And there are pieces of papyrus and fabric and hand painting and all that he made. And he signed the back of it to me, and with love from Dr. Shafiq Farid. And it's one of the dearest things that I have. Just really special. When I eventually dig it out of storage, I will definitely share it with you. And the other thing, because I still don't have much unpacked, believe it or not, it's something you've probably seen before, and that's my Celestial.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And
that's beautiful.
This was, I
Wow.
went to a gem fair, the one out west, and this
That's
is from
amazing.
Brazil. And it's a smoky quartz, but the Celestial is a specific formation, which if you can see, it's not just, a crystal. It is multiple crystals just growing one over the other. So this is really special. I bought things out there to sell, but this one I kept. So this was really special. And it absorbs negativity, and that's sort of good thing. So those are my 2 souvenirs. I have a towel on my head because I just got out of the shower.
I was gonna say, I love your turban.
And I
So
also have my Crystal Ally cards. If you would like to choose one, we can do that.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. I have shuffled them. Now I have I had a really busy morning and I have maintenance men and the super coming. So I won't be able to stay terribly long, but I will stay as long as I can. Okay. I'll just run my finger
Okay.
across and you tell me when to stop. I just want to be sure you can see. Okay.
Stop.
This one?
I think the one before, well, whatever. Yeah, that's the one.
Or yeah, it could be, well, I'll tell you what, it could be one of these. 'Cause they were kind of stuck together. So 1, 2, 3.
That one right there. Yeah,
3.
yeah.
You know what? I think this was the one.
Okay.
I think this is the one that I pulled out first. That's really funny. Fluorite, healing. It is a healing card.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. Need it.
And what I'll do is, while the next person goes, I'll look it up in the book. I won't, it always takes time to find it in the book, not well organized. But yes, it's a beautiful card. Happy birthday, where are you? Oh, there you are. Happy birthday, Tammy.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. I wish
Thank
you
you.
all the most beautiful things and experiences.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much.
great day.
Thank you.
Miss Sue, you want to go next?
I do. First, I want to say to my cohort in potty mouthing, happy birthday to you, my friends. I wish you a year of good health and many joys. And I hope that this birthday is better than all that came before and not as good as those to come.
Oh,
All that being said,
I thought you were gonna say happy effing birthday.
well, happy fucking birthday. Why hold back? So first, I'll tell you a quick story. When I first got married, I subscribed to Art News Magazine, which I love. And there was a picture of a print by Leonore Feeney, who was one of the wives of Salvador Dali. And it was a woman sitting at an old Singer foot sewing machine, and she just had this wild hair, and there was just something about it. And I said to Michael, oh, I just love this. I wish we could afford it. And of course, we could not afford it. A few weeks later, we started our honeymoon. We went to Europe for about close to a month. And when we were in Paris, we were at the Pompidou Center. And there was a guy outside lying on nails and eating fire, and his mother came around. I was taking a picture of him. She came around with a hat, and I dug in my pocket and I took out whatever change I had and threw it in. And she started cursing me out because it wasn't a lot of money. Anyway, we go inside, and the Pompidou Center is a very unique place because there are a lot of platforms and things that are movable. And so for various shows and things, they move the interior around. And I'm standing on a platform overlooking the gift counter in the at that time, it was in the center of the main hall. And what do I see but a poster of this Leonore Feeney print? I go running down the steps. I can't, I've got to get there and get it. They said it's the very last one they had. I took it. They rolled it up and put it in like a little poster
Tube?
It wasn't a tube, it was like a triangle with
Oh,
handles.
right.
Awesome. And I carried it around Europe for a number of weeks. I just love it. I don't have it handy to show it to you, but it is absolutely beautiful. And I don't really buy things for myself when I travel too much. I usually will think of other people and buy things for them, and I don't like to get too attached to things. However, when I went to Spain, I don't know how well you could actually see this. Wait, let's see. I bought this flamenco dancer. It's clay. It's ceramic. And the thing that there was this one person and they had these, and I looked at them for the entire time that I was in Sevilla with my daughter. And I just kept looking at them and looking at them. And I love to dance myself. And I just thought, wow, they got the movement and they got everything in clay. And I just thought, oh, that is so amazing. So this was one thing that I got, and I love it. I actually keep it in my little powder room so that I know that I look at it every day.
Oh,
And then I have to walk into the kitchen. Hang on a second. The other, you're not allowed to look at the condition of my house. I have to do some cleaning. It's my perennial whatever. Okay, I see that, Jochen. The other thing that I got were these tiles. I don't know.
oh, those are beautiful.
Wait a minute. Can you see it there? Oh, that didn't help much, but I bought these tiles in Sevilla.
Beautiful.
And I don't want you to be able to see that I have to clean the top of my stove. But I absolutely love them. I love green also. It's my favorite color. And if you ever get over here, which I hope all of you will at some point, there's a lot of green. There's a lot of green in this house. And I just had to have them. So my friend worked for a freight forwarder at that time at Kennedy Airport. And so I had to go through a lot of machinations to get these tiles. I was having my kitchen done at that time. And so I took down all the information. And when I got home, my contractor was from South America, so of course, fluent in Spanish. We called Spain and he told him how much we needed. The tiles cost me $100. And then it cost me $500 between the import tax and getting them here. But, I just love them. And I hope when we sell the house someday, the next person appreciates them as much as we do. But that's my souvenir story.
Oh, that's a great story. Thank you for sharing, sir.
Happy birthday, Tammy. You are a gem. I just love you.
Those tiles are everything. Everything. And what a steal. Still $600 for all
I
that.
know.
The flamenco dancer that was so precious.
Yes,
That is
it
such
is.
a
Oh, gosh,
beautiful,
yes.
it really is.
I can see why you
She's-
were attracted to
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's so beautiful. And of course, she's wearing green.
And
Happy
Miss
birthday.
Barbara. Go ahead, Barbara.
Okay, so I want to just follow the potty mouth. Because that's one of the things I absolutely love about Tammy. You're just so authentic. You speak your truth. If you need to curse, you curse, and it's okay. When you curse, it doesn't even sound like curse to me. I love it. And I love that you honor the divine person being that you are. And at the same time, you embrace the wholeness of being a human being. And that cursing, it just, and when you do it inside of me, you say, yes. Absolutely. Happy birthday. I love you so much. I think you're just an amazing, amazing person. And I love you. And I'm sorry, I could not find my souvenirs. They're packed. So, but I'll share Jamaica. I was in Jamaica and it was wonderful, wonderful trip. I went up to Dunn's River Falls and I banged my toe. And so that's a souvenir that I have on my person. Bermuda, I went to Bermuda with my sister and I brought back pink sand in a small container and I can't find, I can't access the box that it's in, but it's beautiful, beautiful pink sand. And in Bermuda was the first time that I rode a moped. And it was so much fun. I got just crazy with it and careless riding that moped and I fell. So another souvenir on my knee.
Oh, no.
And when I see everybody, I'll show it to you too, because it's still there. Bermuda was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But my absolutely favorite place was Costa Rica. That to me, Costa Rica was just heavenly. Whatever I did, wherever I went, absolutely heavenly. Being by the water, the ocean, it was just so beautiful. Everything, the sand, the people, the sunsets, everything was just absolutely perfect. And I brought back a wooden plaque that says Pura Vida. And Pura Vida means pure life. And that's what Costa Rica felt like to me. It felt like pure life. And that's where I wanted to move, but I'm still here in the States, but you never know what might happen. So
Never know.
you never know. You never. So Tammy, I wish you abundant prosperity in this next go round the sun, peace, love, joy, and everything that will fill your heart and your soul, and that you will be happy and at peace and continue to express unconditional love in the world, because that's what you do. One of the sessions, the question was, I think it was, what would you want most in the world? And that would be for people to experience unconditional love. And you are unconditional love. And thank you. Thank you for being a beautiful light in this world. And I'm so happy to share that light with you. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You're a light in my world for sure.
Oh,
Thank you. Happy birthday.
thank you. And so who would like to go next? Dee or Yogan or?
If
Yeah.
I can read this very quickly, if I may.
Okay.
All right. Tammy,
Okay,
here you go. Can you see it?
I can see it. Well,
Okay.
yeah, put it up a little bit more. Yes, beautiful.
Is that good? Because I don't have a full frame of what you see. Is that good?
Yes.
Chloride is usually found as a green mineral. This is a green day. Sometimes appearing as inclusions in quartz and other stones. The most powerful form of the stone grows in massive form as a gem, blah, blah, blah. This is gemological. Chlorite in all of its forms is the most effective stone for cellular regeneration and healing. On a physical level, it seems to act upon the body like fertilizer on grass, causing a flush of pure healing energy. There's lots here, which I will email to you, Tammy. When chloride appears in your cards, you can be sure that a time of healing is upon you. Healing is the process of bringing aspects of ourself that are out of balance back into balance again. Most imbalance is caused by belief in the illusion of separation from divine love. Chloride has come to remind you that you are loved and that an imbalance, any imbalance you have created, can be healed by accepting that love into your life again. So the chakras it affects are all. Your affirmation is, I honor my body as a vehicle for the light.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
I will send that to you.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful, much needed. And I share that with all of you and all our bells who aren't here energetically. Yes, that's for all of us. Thank you so much. And so interesting that Rita had a green crystal and
Yeah.
Sue green and Lois has a green crown. It's interesting.
Green tiles.
Green tiles, green flamenco dancer. Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Thank you so much. Beautiful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I'll have to continue on the green theme because my favorite, my favorite souvenir, RD, I don't know if you picked the same souvenir or not, so I have another one, but everyone's talking about green because we have 10 of these, I think, and I have 3 in my house right now, but only one of them has green. So I just can't believe I picked the green one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you see it?
yes. The green crystal, the green on the crystal.
So that's one of RD and I's favorite souvenir from Brazil. A lady makes them. She actually finds all the crystals in Brazil, and then she does a ritual and has them out for the sun and then for the moon, and she cleanses them and then she blesses them and then she puts them together and makes these crystal lamps. And I fell in love with them at a feng shui conference and just kept going back to the booth. Oh, you did bring it. RD showing it as well, but some of them are plain and some of them have amethyst, and this is the only one that has green that I happened to pick today. So that's just kind of funny you were talking about it, but she actually ended up gifting us one of them at the conference. And then I bought one, and then she sent one with a friend from Brazil for us as another gift. And then I decided to sell them because they're just so gorgeous and everybody keeps asking about them and where did I get it and blah, blah, blah. So I got as many as I could possibly carry. And the next trip I went to Brazil and I actually carried 7 of them back home in my suitcase and in bags, and bought as many as I could carry. And then we got the space across the street and they're just so beautiful in the space. I just didn't sell them. And we were trying to figure out a way to sell them, but with the taxes and tariffs and it's really complicated. So I never went through. Oh, yours, beautiful.
Beautiful.
But anyway, so that is definitely one of my favorite souvenirs. And like Barbara, you were saying how you felt at home in Costa Rica. I actually felt at home in Brazil. It was actually the first time in my life where I felt like I belonged, or I felt like I was at home, or I felt like Brazil is one of the first places I've ever gone where somebody did not ask me where I was from. They would just come up to me and speak Portuguese because I was Brazilian. It was just amazing. One day at a hotel, we were sitting outside and I literally heard this whole drama and story of someone speaking Portuguese for like a half an hour. And I would sit there and go, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I didn't understand one word. The person left happy and the doorman said, they just told you their whole story about blah, 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 blah. And I had no idea one word, but they just automatically assumed I understood. And in a way I did. They needed an ear and I sat there and listened. But anyway, that's my favorite souvenir. My second souvenir was, well, actually, when I was really little, my dad took a sabbatical. He was a teacher, and he just took us in the car. We drove from New York to Key West, Florida. And for, I don't even know if it was a whole year, but like many, many months, we were taken out of school, and it was like a trip of a lifetime. And we went to Disney, and we were allowed to buy one thing. And I had to have this glow in the dark skull from the haunted house. And my mom was like, well, why don't you see what else there is? What else there is? By the end of the day, I was like, I have to have that skull. So we had to go all the way back to the haunted house to find this glow in the dark skull. And I was just, you know, I don't know, 7 or 8 years old, but I always had a fascination with skulls and with the brain and how the brain works. And the other souvenir that I just had to have and that I love was from Peru, from a guy who he didn't like to call himself a shaman. He liked to call himself a bridge man. But he hand carved this crystal skull.
Oh, gorgeous. Wow.
And it's the rainbows. You can't really see it. It's not as great on Zoom, but the rainbows go through. It was the only clear one he had, and I had to have it. And he says it's a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's like healing, and you can touch it or help. And if Tammy, I'll help heal your knee with this part of your brain, but it can be used as a healing tool. So this is my other favorite souvenir. And I just want to say happy birthday. I love you so much. And today I happen to realize that we just haven't seen each other in I've seen so many of the other Bells and haven't seen you. And we always see each other, or before COVID, we always would see each other. And I was like, oh my God. So I was digging out these, they were in a bag so they didn't get dusty. But these are Tammy's leis that she left at RD's birthday party, which was 10 months ago. So I haven't seen you in 10 months to return. So anyway, that's been way too long. So whether we come to you or you come to us or we meet halfway for lunch, we have to get together. It's been way too long. And I love you way too much. So happy birthday.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much.
Oh. And D or Jochen. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jochen.
Happy birthday, Tammy. I love you.
I love you too.
So, the most precious souvenirs I carry inside.
Oh.
And this is the light or the smell of another region of our world, or an atmosphere. And so I didn't bring a lot of things to Germany, but one thing I found, a little sun.
Oh.
Oh, little charm.
And this was a very romantic trip I had in 2000. I was kidnapped for my birthday and brought to Venice.
Oh, nice.
And someone bought me this silver sun. And I will never forget the moment. So this is one very precious moment in my life. The love is gone, but the sun is still there.
Oh.
And this is, there were a lot of things like that also in this style. So this is always Venice for me.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
But Tammy, of course, I was looking for a melody what is suitable for your birthday.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, you won't get away with it. And I think I found the perfect song for you, Tammy.
Okay.
It's a song of a famous Berlin composer, Friedrich Holländer, known as Frederick Hollander over there. He wrote a lot of music for the golden age of the Berlin cabaret. until 1933. Because of his
Hmm.
Jewish ancestry, he had to leave Germany and move to Hollywood.
Oh,
And where he started to compose film music. The song is about someone who is loved and admired by everyone. Everyone is dying to be with him on his birthday. Marlene Dietrich later made this song very famous through her worldwide concerts. The name of the person sung about is Johnny, and that rhymes beautifully with Tammy. So now let yourself be carried away into a wonderfully lascivious world. I sing one word in the original German and the second one in an English version. I need a key and a hat. Wenn du Geburtstag hast, bin ich bei dir zu Gast die ganze Nacht. Ich träum so viel von dir. Ach, komm doch mal zu mir. Nachmittags um 3:30. Oh, Tammy, wenn du Geburtstag hast und mich dein Arm umfasst, die ganze Nacht. Tammy, dann denk ich noch zuletzt, wenn du doch jeden Tag Geburtstag hättest. Interlude. English version. Tell me, when will your birthday be? Reserve that night for me, just you and me. Tell me, we'll disconnect the phone, and when we're all alone, we'll have a lot to do. Oh, tell me, I've got to celebrate, and I can hardly wait until we do. Tell what I need a kiss or two. Oh, maybe more. Happy birthday, Tammy!
oh,
I love you.
I love you.
That was fabulous.
Oh my God,
Fabulous.
amazing, fabulous.
Bravo.
Best day ever.
Yes.
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo.
Bravo,
Oh,
Your
bravo.
inner Marlena.
Yes. the Dietrich.
I
Perfect.
think I cannot do a little more than Marlena.
Oh, that was absolutely great.
That was
yes, you
wonderful.
can. Yes,
Fabulous.
you did.
So fabulous.
Yeah, for That was awesome. Thank you
hilarious.
so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. You just filled my heart. That was great. That was great.
That was incredible.
Incredible, Bess.
And Dee, did you want to share anything? Go ahead. Yeah, I have to unmute. Oh, we can't hear anything. You have to Oh,
You need to unmute. Oh,
she's trying to unmute.
Sorry, everybody. I have a new phone and everything is different.
We
So
hear
anyway,
you.
We can hear you.
I should have let you go last. I'm so sorry. I was like just putting off having to like speak in public until the last second. And I should always let you go last on birthdays. I completely forgot. You're going to be hard to follow, Jochen. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
But that was my fault. So let's see. To continue the green theme, happy birthday, Tammy, first of all. My old friend and alumni from our very first feng shui, RD's very first feng shui class. And I love you so much, my Florida friend. So continue the green theme. This is something, I don't know if you can see it. I got in Key West, and it's a little turtle that was made by someone, some artist, and it's a nightlight. So I have a green light in the back and it lights up so pretty at night. And it's my ritual. It's one of my little night lights that I have everywhere around the house that I put on at, as soon as it starts to get dark. And yeah, well, that was from Key West. And another favorite thing I had from Key West is this. And this is the vision board of my life. Is this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. This is like my dream, where I want to be, this is it. A little bit of green in there too. So yeah. So it was a lovely trip, and it was okay. I went with an old friend who we have gone our separate ways after many, many years. So it's a good evolution, I think, to the whole partnership. And anyway, I want to tell you guys real briefly about this one. It's from Curacao, and I'm sure these are seen everywhere. I don't think it's anything too terribly unique. I don't know if you can see them or not. Can you?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. I fell in love with it because it just reminded me of the Yoruba religion and the Orishas, and how everyone dresses in white when we do ceremonies, and when we prepare things for ceremony, everybody covers their head in white. We wear these white gowns, and of course, everybody's black usually except me. And I just fell in love with that painting, and I had to have it, so I brought that back. That was for my 60th birthday, and Anna took me to Curacao. Neither of us had ever been there. And she and I had such a great time together. Even though the island, I don't know if anybody's ever been there to Curacao. I found the energy to be very dark there and heavy. It's a very heavy energy where it's very Dutch dominated island, and the oppression of the Black people is very palpable. The separation between the races is very palpable there. And as a matter of fact, of course, I have to throw in something maudlin, right? The day we got there, we didn't hear about this. It was supposed to be a big secret. A political guy that was fighting for the rights of the island people, the Black population, was assassinated outside of our hotel.
Oh my God.
So, okay, I know. So we arrived, we're like Americans on vacation. Yeah, we were there, have a good time. Unlimited bar. And, we get in, and like the whole staff is just shut down, and nobody's making eye contact, and they're barely performing their duties, on the job. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell is this all about? Like, man, like you can't even, like, you walk by people and you try to say hello, just to the staff, to be friendly, and like they're nothing. You get nothing from these people. and we were told that we shouldn't venture off the premises, the property of the hotel, which I hate that kind of thing because you hear that a lot in the islands, and it just bothers me. So anyway, so my daughter and I, of course, we snuck out and we started, exploring all over the island, and we found the coolest club where we danced all night and drank and had so much fun with the people, the real islanders, the real people who built the island. And we were told about the assassination, and we were like, "You're kidding!" Like it happened right outside the door. And they said, "Oh no, because nobody's allowed to talk about it. We're not supposed to talk about it." It goes, and no one in the hotel is allowed to talk about it. So anyway, so even though I would never go back to Curacao, my daughter and I bonded and had a really wonderful, wonderful trip there. And I did come back with that really groovy painting that I adore and will one day hang somewhere. So anyway, that's pretty much, those are my souvenirs that I have brought back from places. Not that I've been to too many, but anyway, and one of my most favorite vacations of all time was being in Manhattan with all of you guys, RD and Heather and you, Tammy, and whoever else is in our first group. Lee, you were there, right? Were you in the first group with RD? No, I think I met you upstate somewhere though, in Westchester. No,
Linda was in our group, I believe.
Linda, yes, Linda was in the original group. Where is she? All right, there she is. So anyway, that was to me. That was. I'm sorry.
I met you. I think RD did a ceremony in Brooklyn at a spa, right? And then we went to Chinese food.
Exactly. Yep. So one of my favorite vacations of all, very old time is the RD's classes that day. We went to school together, and I got to spend like all that time in the city, and we went to Chinatown. My God, RD, you took me to more places I've been in my life during that that class. We went all over Manhattan, and it was just absolutely wonderful. And I'd been to places I'd never been before, and met really, really beautiful people that I'm friends with to this day. And Tammy, I just love you so much. I value you as a friend. You're just one of the best people I've ever met. Like all you people in the Bells, like everybody here is so special. I just love you guys. Oh, so much. Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank
my
you,
summer friend.
Yes,
you're welcome.
Friend. And it was a magical time for sure with RD's first certificate class.
Yeah.
The energy was just beautiful. And
yes.
I'm sorry that you've had that experience in Curacao, but you had, a few silver linings there, and you came back with awareness too. So,
yes.
I'm glad that you shared that. So thank you. Love you.
I love you too, honey.
So I have two more things. One is actually from Melissa Rosati. She wants to send her birthday greetings to you, but she wanted to share her one thing, and she sent it to me. It was when Heather and I gave her fun and random road trip questions when she went to Cleveland. So she wanted to share that with you, Tammy. And some of the questions that Heather and I wrote was, where is the one place you've always wanted to go and why? And what is the most beautiful place you've ever been? What was the best book or series you've ever read? So these are a whole series of questions for when Melissa was taking Michael to Cleveland, on a road trip. So there's a whole much more which I could send to you later on, but that was the one thing that Melissa wanted to share. And I want to share my most memorable souvenir, which is this scroll. It's a scroll when Heather and I were in China. And this is the scroll of the 5 elders looking at the yin yang.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow.
And why it's so memorable, because this is when I asked Heather to be my wife in Chinese. For for her to negotiate the scroll. So that is my souvenir that I want to share with you. It is so memorable. And here I am in this space across the street. So happy birthday, Miss Tammy. We love you very much. And that was such a fun question for your birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question, Tammy. Thank you.
So, Tammy, I have a guest that wanted to stop by and wish you a happy birthday. This little ostrich wants to say happy birthday, Tammy. I came with Lois from South Africa, and I can't believe she didn't bring me out the minute that she started, but we want to say happy birthday, and may you always have wonderful adventures, and know that we love you, and you're fun, and you're beautiful. Happy birthday.
Well, I'll have to share my souvenir. And I actually, it's one that you said that RD, you have a picture and that you proposed to Heather. So one of my favorite souvenirs, not that this was a proposal or anything, is when Bill and I used to, when we first started dating, he would take me to Miami in the winter for just 4 or 5 days for the winter doldrums, and to South Beach. And of course it was sexy and fun, and we just had a wonderful time, and it was a fun time in our lives. And one of the times that we were there, we were sitting on probably Ocean Drive, I'm guessing, because that's where we would stay. They always have, I don't know if anybody's been there, but they always have a lot of outdoor seating right on the sidewalk all the way down the street. And it was late. I don't know if we were having dinner, but this gentleman came up to us and he had a pad and he just started drawing. And when he turned around, he had this.
Oh!
It's a caricature of us.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And
That's
his
so
name was
sweet.
Russell Harvey. And he, of course, he gave it to us and wanted a donation, which we gladly gave him. And it was just, I have it in our bedroom, in our, I guess, in the front corner, which is also our Wealth and Power corner if you're standing from the front. So you know how they get jumbled up, but for me, it's just a sweet memory and a fun memory. And I have so many different things that I brought back that give me good memories. And I'm so happy you said that about the smells and the scents. And I was thinking about, I'm not sure if I'll ever be in Bill's mom's place again, while she's alive at least, but she, outside of her, in the morning, I would get up before everyone else, and on her back patio, she lives like a couple blocks from La Jolla Shores beach. And, with her bougainvillea and the neighbors next door flowers and the salt air, there's this scent that's there that just stays with me. And I said to Bill, I wish I could bottle this. It's just, the magnolias from the neighbor mixed with her fruit trees, mixed with, the salt. It's just it was like being in a spa every morning, like the most beautiful scent in the world. So thank you for that, because that reminded me of that, and the tastes that we have of food and drinks and everything. So yeah, so that's my share, and I love all your shares. It was so great and so fun, and to kind of travel with you guys again. It's great.
That was fantastic, everybody.
Yep.
So what would you like to do, Tammy? Do you want to do a meditation, or should we close with the birthday song?
Birthday song.
Okay. So let's close with the birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Tammy.
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Many, many more.
Bravo.
Old are you now?
Thank
Are
you
you
all
one?
so
Are
much.
you
This is
two?
so
Are
much.
you three?
Really made my day. Oh, it just made my day. And my birthday month feels like
Yes.
we didn't go out to lunch on Wednesday. We were on our way and something happened with his tire. It sounded like this big bang, but it didn't burst or anything. But then the
Oh,
pressure started going down. So we made it back to our mechanics. And by the time all that happened, I was hangry and I was tired. I hadn't slept well the night before. And I said, let's just stay home and we'll go tomorrow because it was, one of those wonky situations that you can't kind of pull yourself out of after it happens. So we went yesterday, which was lovely. And, unfortunately I was hobbling around, and it was hot, but we had a great time. So he said, well, I'm sorry that I'm a day late. And I said, it's birthday month and I'm milking it. So
Well, you set them straight.
I said, well, he knows that. So, I had to just.
A reminder is always necessary.
So, yeah, so it's, thank you so much. This was really great. And it just continues. Just all that energy is just palpable, and the healing and the love. And I love you all so much.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tammy.
Love
Happy
you.
birthday.
Just
Happy
wonderful.
Have a great
birthday.
weekend. Have a
Happy
great
birthday.
weekend.
You're just